crafty friends, it's Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations, bringing you a Mother's Day card using the Mother's Love stamp set. I really like this card. It's spring to me, and so I just wanted to show you how I did that. So I'm going to start with a piece of crumb cake cardstock, which is your base, and this is cut the long way, which is at 4 1/4 by 11, and you score it at 5 1/2, so it's going to open this way. So what I'm going to do for that is actually I'm going to stamp this background stamp, which unfortunately when I created the card did not realize that wasn't in the current catalog. So any background stamp would work, or you could random stamp using a flower or whatever image that you like, but this is the En Francais, and it's a large background stamp, so I'm going to actually do that in baked brown sugar on the back of this card. So baked brown sugar, which is retiring this year. So all of those in colors, pistachio pudding, crisp cantaloupe, that whole set is going away. So if you've ordered the inks, I would recommend that you order the re-inker before they are gone so that you can continue to use them. You could also use crumb cake if you had that because it matches the cardstock. It's just one of those inks that I don't believe I own yet. So we're going to use some baked brown sugar. You ink it all up. And then you just gently, for me, this is the easiest way. You could put this on a giant block and do it the other way, but I just find it's easier to lay it down, take a piece of scrap computer paper, set that down, and then just rub evenly all over that piece of cardstock. So then the extra that's over is going to go on this computer paper and not all over your fingers. Then you remove that and hopefully gently lift that, and that came out beautiful. So I'll just set that aside. We're going to set this aside for a second. And so then what I'm going to do is on this smaller piece of very vanilla cardstock, all of the dimensions will be on my website, mariesvermontcreations.com. So don't fret, they will be there. I always like to do written directions on top of the video directions. That way, some people are, visual learners, and other people like to just read it and figure it out on their own. So what I'm going to do is stamp the flower image. And this is from the Mother's Love stamp set, which is in the Occasions catalog. And we're going to stamp this right here. We're going to stamp that in Wild Wasabi. So these are the photopolymer stamps. I absolutely love these because you can see where you're sticking them. They stick well to your blocks. Just for me, they work best. I love them. So we line that up. We're going to take some Wild Wasabi ink, ink up the entire image. It is a two-step stamp set, so there are, these here are meant to go in here. I was just having a hard time, so I'm actually going to use blender pen to color these in, which is a really cool new toy that I've gotten, so I'm going to show you how I worked with those. So there's that image. So then I'm going to take the blender pen. It's double-sided. You can use either side. What you do is you just run your tip into that and you color with it. So start on your outsides where it's going to be darker and go lighter on the inside. And then you just scrub it on your white piece of paper to clean it off. And I think in my original example, I used Pear Pizzazz instead of the Wild Wasabi, so either one would work. And then I took crushed curry ink, and I'm going to color the flowers in. So again, just dip that in there. And you don't want to scrub too hard because I've noticed it will start to lift up your paper. You can use these with watercolor paper, but this is just regular cardstock that I'm doing this with. You just have to be careful not to scrub on it too hard. So So again, you can do these flowers in any color combination that you like. I just like the yellow. So again, just scribble until you get your blender pen to go clear. So then on the front, we're going to take the sentiment, Nobody Loves Like a Mom, and we're going to stamp that in Elegant Eggplant ink. And there's that. So I have pre-stamped in Perfect Plum the butterfly image from the Butterfly Basics stamp set, which is this one right here. So I've done this image and I cut it out with the matching framelit. Now these framelits have been on back order, so if you're waiting for them, they should be in stock sometime between the 13th and the 15th of April. Stampin' Up! Is also offering a discount on these because people have been waiting for them. So more details to follow on that. So hopefully you can get some of those when they are in. There's been an issue with the shipping from the distributor in China. It sounds like they're waiting for the box that they're in to come off the boat so that they can actually have them. So I'm just attaching with some glue dots to the back of my butterfly just in the center, because I want to be able to fold the wings up, and I'm just going to place that right up here. So there's that part of our card. So I'm going to take some glue dots again, and I have some ribbon that I had on hand which happened to match, but I believe this was closest to the Pear Pizzazz cotton ribbon in the catalog if you're looking for specific, which works out well. See, as that little boo-boo of ink right there, we're going to hide that right there with this piece of ribbon. It's my little secret. Shh, don't tell anyone. So we've got that there, and if you want, you can run a couple of glue dots underneath that just to hold it down in the center, or you could run some adhesive along the back of it. So I have a full piece of Very Vanilla, and we're going to stamp. I don't normally do the insides of cards, but I really liked this saying. So on the outside, we're going to have Nobody Loves Like a Mom, and on the inside, this one says, I'm going to remove the flower so I can see if I can tell you what it says. And no mom deserves more love than you. So we're also going to stamp that in the center of this Very Vanilla piece of cardstock in Elegant Eggplant to match. There you go. So now we're just going to put the card together. So you're going to take your card base and flip this over so we'll adhere that to the center. Put that right on the inside. And then you close that up. We're going to adhere this on. So there's another Mother's Day card available through the the Mother's Love stamp set, which is available through the Occasions catalog. That will be available until June. I hope you enjoyed today's project. For any of the sizes and dimensions of this card, or to order any of the supplies that you need through Stampin' Up, please visit my website at www.mariesvermontcreations.com. I hope you have a great day.